Welcome to the Jazz Zone. Allow the Jazz Zone to make your next event enjoyable and entertaining. The Jazz Zone is great for private parties, weddings, festivals, fundraisers, grand openings, and corporate affairs. Move up to the next level of entertaining with the Jazz Zone. Check out our website at jazzzone.net. That's JAZZZONE.net. Or call the Jazz Zone at 626-798-6848. Coming to you straight out of the Groove Yard. And good morning to you. How you doing? My name is Roscoe Lee Owens, and I host the Groove Yard, which is our virtual video podcast. Can you take me into the Groove Yard? Hello. A little technical difficulty. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a quote from a good person that was here and now a spirit, Mr. John Lewis. We only have a minute, 60 seconds in it, only a tiny little minute, but eternity is in it. I only have a minute, 60 seconds in it, forced upon me. I did not choose it, but I know I must use it. Give account if I abuse it, suffer if I lose it. Only a tiny little minute, but eternity is in it. And you know, it's all about the attitude. And the longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It is more important than the past, education, money, circumstances, failures, successes, or whatever people think or say or do. It is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skills. It will make or break a company, a church, a home, and even yourself. The remarkable thing is that we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people act the way they do in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing that we can do is play on the strings that we have, and that is our attitude because we have a purpose. Bring us in, Kijana. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, I wanted to start with that because I have an absolute genius as it relates to our guest on this particular show, on this particular day. And we talked about the musicianship and understanding and attitude. So I want to introduce to some, and some possibly already know him, the great musician, Mr. Darrell Crooks. Come on in.
What an introduction! What an introduction!
And you strong like that.
Oh my goodness!
And our last conversation, so you brought me to John Lewis in terms of, hey, we need to do this now. You know, not because I got to, because I get to. So that's one of the things that I've communicated with my son a lot about the fact that we get to. There you are, handsome as ever, special guest. Let me start off this by you introducing yourself to our audience because your background is amazing. And we're going to start off as a youngster in Texas. What part of Texas? And then let's go with that.
I'm from the H-Town, Houston, Texas, born and raised, and it's where my whole situation started as far as my musical career or getting involved in music back home in Houston. And I think I started very early with my own little group called the Soul Expressions. What a name! And but I didn't start out playing guitar. Now I can go into Is that where you would like for me to start? Go from there?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Well, initially, the first instrument that I played, which is kind of odd, was a French horn. And I just wanted to be in the band so bad. It was an elementary school. And the only instrument available left, because I wanted to play drums, was the French horn. And it was an old beat up horn, all rusted out and everything. But, I wanted to be in the band. So that's what my first instrument I started out on. But in my heart, I wanted to play drums. And then my mom she got me involved taking piano lessons. That was fine, I think I think around the third or fourth grade, and then around I think when I got sixth or seventh grade, no seventh grade, I decided I forgot my drum set. I'm sorry, my mom got me a drum because I always wanted to play drums, and I formed the group Soul Expressions in the seventh grade. Now, funny about that band, we were like a James Brown band, and there's a little story also that's because of that is how I evolved playing guitar. So, and one thing I did leave out, I did play bass before guitar too. I forgot about that. So anyway, we were a James Brown band, and I do have my guitar here to demonstrate how this thing turned out. It evolved to the guitar, but we were a James Brown band, and most musicians know that James Brown music was, either nines or seventh or sharp nines, like Watchman, and I'm super bad, you know what I mean? Sharp nine or the plain nine or seven, So it basically that's all James Brown stuff, playing some dominant chords, the seventh, the nine, the sharp nine. Well, I'm not sure the year. I should have had that together, but everybody knows. Whatever the year that came out, the song called "Never Can Say Goodbye" by the Jackson Fives. I just thought that song was just beautiful, and so I told my band, I said, "Hey guys, let's learn to play that song, Never Can Say Goodbye." So everyone went home, practiced their music, and come back. Now, mind you, we were a James Brown band. Most of all the chords at that time were either nines, sharp nines, or sevenths. Well, so we all come together, and of course I'm playing drums, and so I counted off, and now Never Can Say Goodbye. Let me just say this: it's the first chord is like a minor nine, then it goes to 11. So this is Never Can Say Goodbye. Never can say goodbye. No, 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 no. Never can say goodbye. Even though the pains of life seem to follow. It's this beautiful song. I just love that song. So I say, okay, guys, let's go and we're going to play this song. So we have rehearsal. James Brown music, nines, sharp nines, sevens. So we counted off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Never can say goodbye. No, 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 now. Never can say goodbye. Even though the pains of heartache seem wrong. Now, right now it sounds kind of interesting, but definitely not 9 chords. Well, the bottom line, our guitarists only knew nines, sharp nines, and seventh. So he would just follow the tonic. Never can say goodbye. No, 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 now. Now, being a drummer, I knew something wasn't right about that. This chord should have been never can say goodbye. Beautiful stuff. So I said, no, 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 guys. No, it's not going to go down like that. So I made up my mind. I was going to teach myself how to play that song on guitar. I didn't know what kind of guitar to buy. I just know I wanted a guitar that had a lot of buttons, switches, and knobs. And the first guitar I got, it was from a grocery store. It was like 39 bucks. And, I put it up in layaway. About layaway, I know everybody heard that word a long time. But I put that guitar on layaway. And the brand was a True Tone guitar. True Tone makes televisions and radio, but probably if I had the guitar now, it'd be worth a lot of money. So I made up my mind, I'm gonna teach myself how to play guitar. And honestly, I was able to play somewhat professionally within a year. I practiced every day, and in about 6 months, I would go to the clubs and ask the guys, let me sit in. And they were happy to have me because I ended up playing the whole gig. But then that allowed me to develop my ear. And that's why I like where I am today. I can pretty much walk in on a gig. Something is not so far out, a lot of changes. But R&B, yeah, I can nail me. And R&B to me is called rhythm and black. That's what.
We're gonna stop right there because that's a heavy point. Do not forget where we stopped at, because I want Kijana to show what he does with, they call commercials, but I call vignettes.
Okay.
Kijana, show what you do. Our audience, these are our people that are supporting what we do here in the Jazz Zone, especially in the Groove Yard.
Success Express Marketing Solutions presents your virtual video podcast studio. Let the Success Express team help bring your podcasting dreams to life. Here's what we do. We help you come up with show ideas, design graphics for your show, set up your podcast studio, and run the back end of your show. So what do? Be ready for your show. Make sure your guests are ready. Log into the virtual studio, turn your cameras on, and go. Not sure you're ready to go live on a monthly or a weekly basis? You can get the Try Us Out Success Special. It's only $97 with free design setup. All you got to do is try us out, and I guarantee you're going to want more. So get set up today with your virtual video podcast studio from Success Express Marketing Solutions. So go online to Success Express MKTG, and we'll get you set up today. Sign up now and get our free ebook, Modern Podcasting, that'll teach you all the techniques you need to know to get your podcast started today.
Hi, my name is Darrell Owens. I am co-founder of Success Express Marketing Solutions. Our business is cultivating more business for your business. I want to tell you real quick about our program that is one of the most comprehensive business development online marketing support programs out there, which is the VASP, VASP, Virtual Assistant Support Program. This system allows you to operate and run your business while we help monitor and help you cultivate more business for your business online. Contact us at 909-686-1698 and visit us online at successexpressmarketing.com. Look forward to helping you take your business to the next level.
There we go. We're right back here in the Groove Yard. My name is Roscoe Lee Owens, and you're in the Jazz Zone, and we are with Dr. Darrell Crooks. And we were just chatting just before those. There's some amazing things my son is doing. Yeah, with those vignettes.
Oh yeah. Some wonderful things there.
Yeah,
I definitely
you,
like the
you,
opening. The young lady was really pretty. Who we opened up
she
with.
was. They say if you make it pretty, you make it right.
Right, you know what I mean?
Where we was going was R and black, rhythm
No.
and
Yes, right. Rhythm.
rhythm and black,
That's
right?
right. That's
Yeah,
R&B.
that's right. R&B. So as we were there, I know you played with some heavy duty bands and that. Let's bring it up a little to our current situation and what you were doing on stage was because you sent me a clip at one time. You was just damn. Ooh, I said this brother got energy. But let's talk about that period of your musical career.
Well, believe it or not, the first band I played with professionally was. Recognize it? Tighten up, tighten up. Archie Bell and the Drill. That was the first professional group that I worked with in Houston, Texas, and from there, I worked with a lot of local groups, Wild Honey, and there's the group. Oh, well, the group that I think that really made a difference in my life locally is a group called Heaven the Band, and I had an opportunity to be on a show, probably one of the original talent shows. It's called Star Search, and we were on for the 84-85 season. And today, people can find that show, was made the group very somewhat famous because we got what you call major exposure, on the major networks. And then we came to a crossroads. We went overseas to work. We come back, and we were headed back to Houston. And then, we decided to stay in LA. And I got a job. I mean, the same day, as soon as we land, I got me a job washing dishes at a place called Furr's Cafeteria. It used to be on Sherman Way and Ethel, I believe. Yeah, Sherman Way and Ethel. And it's funny, people would see me and they say, "Man, did I just see you on Star Search?" And I'm busting these suds, and I go look at them, and go like, "Yeah, that's showbiz." you know, but only thing whatever it takes to maintain. I mean, I respect musicians that are not going to do anything else, play music. They can lose a house, and lose their cars, whatever. And I'm not a materialistic person, but I just find myself want to be responsible and take care of my responsibilities. So if it's working at Furr's Cafeteria, I've worked at Jack in the Box. I've worked at McDonald's. I worked at what's that? Used to be Fedco, Radio Shack. I did it all.
This is what we talked about. Attitude, responsibility is in the attitude.
Yeah.
Whatever I need to do to be sure that my family is safe,
Yes.
while I continue to do what I love doing.
Right.
Because in fact, I get to work at McDonald's so I can take care of my peoples.
Exactly.
So I can get to play. And this is what we talk about now. It's, with the pandemic and everything, it's all about, developing a home-based profit center. So people, especially musicians and artists, it's like, hey, I gotta play, but how can I continue to afford to do that if I can find something that works within? That's why a lot of people went to Uber and this, that, and the other, because they could, manage their time. But so you play with some more people too. I don't want to get lost in it.
Well, okay, yeah. So after I think I was working. This is what led to this job. I was working. What's a place called? It's a car rental company. It doesn't matter. I worked for Hertz. I worked for a car rental company, and there was a young man that come along. His name was Raymond Calhoun. He was the drummer for the Gap Band. But at that time, he had referred me for a job to work with Mickey Howard. So I did that job, and I guess I did so well, he decided to refer me to the Gap Band. And so I came to the audition. It wasn't much of an audition. It was like I come and played. I just got the gig, you know. And they gave me a nickname because they, when I would do stuff like, they called me Bubbles. So, you know, Bubbles. Isn't that what Michael Jackson's name is, Monkey? But anyway, I was Bubbles for the Gap Band. And I have to say, I learned so much from Charlie, man. Charlie was a perfectionist. I mean, he was on stage. It was no questions. Rehearsal was like, you know, cracking the whip. I think it's probably worse than James Brown because you can't flubby dub and slip up with the Gap Band. Anyway, from the Gap Band, I was doing some more local stuff, and I worked with Michael Jackson's nephews. They were called 3T. And although we did most of the work was overseas, and then from that, I got the Commodores gig. Now, by the way, I was with the Gap Band for about 5 years, and I did the Commodores after that for about another 5 or 6 years, touring, working with them, which was a great experience. You know, I learned a lot. Let's see, those, like I said, Mickey Howard. I mean, I did an Al Jarreau. I did a week with him touring, and most of my work is recording sessions. I got work with Eric Clapton. It was a song called Blue Eye Blue, or maybe that was the album. But anyway, the song was called Blue Eye Blue with Eric Clapton. Oh my goodness, it's Ronnie Laws. Oh, I forgot about Ronnie. I toured with Ronnie for about a couple of years. And up to date, you know, most of this stuff has been a lot of sessions like Dream Girls, doing guitar work. But here's an interesting one. So I'm putting it out there in the world. There was a movie called I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. Now, coming up, my business was horrible. You know, I just wanted to play guitar. Hey man, you want to play on this situation for free? Yeah. You know, it wasn't quite like that, but I didn't know that I should have been receiving residuals. Anyway, the solo, when that movie opens up, hey y'all out there, when that movie opens up, that guitar solo you hear is me. They didn't list my name, you know, but now I have an opportunity to put it out there. There's another song that they didn't list my name in the credits in the movie. My mom went to see the movie. This is another movie I'm talking about. And she said, baby, I didn't see your name nowhere on the screen. And the name of that movie was Undercover Brother. The song at the end is my song. But Maurice White and Greg Curtis were partners. And they didn't turn my name in to get my credit. So I put it out there in the world. That song, Undercover Brother, is my song. Partners with them, of course, because they probably would have never made it anywhere without them. But it was an experience. I felt like I should have been treated better or being more honest.
Yeah.
You know.
See your attitude and your understanding, because it's all coming to you.
Yeah.
It's just on a slow roll on that. In fact, you know, they're like the 11 o'clock news. Newsflash on the Groove Yard virtual podcast. We got a news flash from Brother Darrell Crooks. I want to say this because I want to give it back to Kijana for a minute as well. I need to have you come back again. But at the same time, I want to thank you for joining us in the Jazz Zone. It has been an absolute pleasure. Your ability to perform is awesome.
Never can say goodbye. Okay, I'm sorry.
So, you know, I said with Brother Crooks, you know, the team come together, McGill and Steven and all the other people that are coming in. It's really an amazing connection. And
Yes,
that's what we have to do. We have to be connected. Take it to the next level.
My puppy, hey, Brave, Foxy, Brave, come here, be quiet. Alicia, I'm doing a podcast. You want to let them out?
Kijana, hit a couple commercials and we'll come back and close the show. If that's okay.
Okay. Yeah,
That's
that's
good.
fine. I'll be right here.
All
I
right.
put my pups away in the meantime.
There you go.
They're doing a
Darrell Crooks.
Wow. That's creative energy there, Mr. Kijana Owens. Bring my brother back on with me. And then, yeah.
that was something. I had seen that one in. Whew.
Yeah. You know what? I hadn't seen that either. But this is what I'm going to say about my son. The geniusness is that the mindset is so close. I sent him your picture, and then he went in the short period of time while we doing what we doing and found that.
Wow.
Put it together, blocked that off, and dropped it right on there. That's why we're looking for people to advertise with us on the not necessarily also on the Groove Yard, but Kijana has developed these podcasts so people that want to put out something on the podcast or be interviewed. That is the uh, for me, that is the legacy. What you do is the legacy. People look at me and says, "Well, I don't play any instrument." And the reason for the jazz on is my dad, who did exactly what you did. In fact, one day I was having an interview and I asked him, "How come you didn't go to overseas to Europe like all the other musicians?" He said, "I had a family to take care of,"
Yeah.
which was the biggest compliment to me, saying, "Look,
Yeah.
you are more important. I love my music and you know this, but you are more important than that. You and your sister and your brother and and his wife." I said, "Wow, you know." But
Yeah.
you pick these things up later, and so I'm so proud of Kijana, who my dad called him the key man, and he's got the key to the door that has no locks.
Wow.
That's
That's
heavy
great.
duty.
Yeah,
So
that's heavy duty.
Darrell. So we are, in fact, just later we did some things at Roscoe's all around some private parties and that. So in the jazz zone, you just make us that much more progressive and flavorful in the music, because you bring the black out. So, at any rate, that's the end of our show at this time, but we're going to have you on again if that's our pleasure and that's your pleasure.
Yeah, man. I got some other stories to tell, but I just want to say one thing.
Yes, sir.
I want to give a plug because, bless his soul, he's not around. James Ingram, I tour with him, and he was a teacher while we were out there on the road with him. And the other young man that did a lot of writing for Marvin Gaye was Leon Ware He's not around today. But man, those guys, I learned a lot from him. And Leon was definitely an experience working in the studio with him. He's just a genius. And he took to me after one rehearsal, invited me over the next day, and we spent the whole day together on the boat, and took us out to dinner. I mean, and it was to a living legend, but actually both of them. But I just wanted to put those plugs in on those two guys. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to doing some more things. I have a whole lot of fun stories to tell. My experience, my journey, and like I always use when you ask me how I'm doing, I tell people, look, as long as I have peace of mind and good health, the rest I can focus. You can be broke, but if you maintain your peace, you can function in any circumstance. And that's so important to me. I mean, health is important, but you can have bad health, but if you maintain your peace, you can work through that with the love, you know?
I'm going to end it on my son's notion.
Okay.
Solutions over situations.
That's right. Come on.
God is good. Thank you
All
again,
the time.
my brother. We'll see you on the next episode. Catch us at Roscoe's in wherever we are playing at, because we're going to do it. We're down in the Leimert Park area as well with Barbara Morrison. So we're just going to have fun. Thank you again for tuning in to the Groove Yard. My name again is Roscoe Lee Owens, and I can't help it. We are